So, what's your name?
He likes to kill demon things.
We've been getting a bit more than demons lately on this game. But what's good, Devils? Back again. No surprise. But, no, I had time to hang out a little bit tonight. And then, yeah, transport wasn't too bad, to say the least. But still, wasn't great. But I'm here. So that's why it is now 1 AM GMT, unfortunately. A bit of a later start. And I do need to be getting my rest because this heat is killing me. Let alone walking across town with it all. Takes it out of you. Hopefully tonight I'm not so up and down during the gameplay this time around. But yeah, thanks to those that were here last time, watched the VOD. Those who have been liking, subscribing, commenting, following, all that good stuff on socials. YouTube, YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, Facebook Reels, TikToks. Thank you guys. So yeah, we're just going to get straight into it. Just to recap, it's been a bit of a time skip now, apparently 5 years. We kind of caught a glimpse of Sibling, but we haven't got anything established as to whether or not they have been able to stay together, or if it was just kind of going to be stretched out a little bit furthermore. We've now got the powers of Ramu, which at a sad cost. I'm still hoping that that's incorrect. Like, there'll be a come around with that. Other than that, time skip. We don't know much else of what's going on. We still know Mum's been a bitch. And as far as I'm aware, we've seen who's been responsible for everything. Motives, whatever else, unclear. So we're going to get into it, and hopefully we gain a little bit more clarity tonight. Okay, now it being the weekend, yeah, it's probably going to be a little bit of a quiet going. But that does mean that we can just concentrate straight on the game. So I'll try and do my best to be a little bit more vocal for you guys and not let the silence fill up too much. Especially when I'm trying to focus. Alright, this is the new hideaway, which I'm guessing is just all the ruins at a different location. Which would make sense. You don't want to exactly go to the spot that got ransacked just so you can be found again. I'm convinced that you guys didn't get to see the cutscene maybe last time. This has me convinced this is going to be our airship or something like that. Or maybe their bioorganical structures. Not sure. Alright, yeah, we need to check what's new with our vendors.
Does that one have blood on it?
And what can I do for you?
She's still kicking. Alright. Yeah, we want to know what's going on. It's already been 5 years since we left the old place. Our time flies.
I remember it like it was yesterday.
I think you treat Sid to a hero's welcome when Cooker's lot turned up. Oh yeah, he's got it coming to him, bastard. Now that we knew it was them, they just poured in like plague of rats, cut down anyone, anything that stood in their way. Blood and bodies everywhere. There was a voice crying out for Sid to say was in the midst of it all. Never forget those.
You're our leader now, Clive.
Oh, you're going to show me a bit more respect now. Yeah, we've taken on the name Sid as well.
Well, you won't hear me complaining.
Rumia, yeah. Yeah, she does a little counts now as well.
The only drawback...
So it's too noisy now. Right.
Go on then.
Can I wait? No. No, they may be a bit different, but we can actually afford a song.
Finished, are you?
We might be able to find them. We'll buy what we have to, but we don't know what we have to buy just yet. In case if we find them out in the field. Where's that one? No, hideaway, always the better one. These are just going to be updated with enemies we can train against, right? Alright. Hopefully I get a smoother start in our first fight rather than being ingrained with Wo Long, which I still have to play again and record more boss fights. But the worst has been sorted out, so yeah.
You've forgotten already? Because I haven't.
Yeah, you got a forge though, so we've got facilities.
What do you want?
Okay, 11. Whoa. It's a shame we're gonna have the other one. A little kept to the side, but nah. A bit stronger, so we do need it.
No scratches, right?
Hmm.
And?
Oh, it still looks pretty cool as well. Maybe it'll grow on me. Looks a tiny bit like Ichigo's sword. His katana. This heat is making me a little bit slow, I've realised as well. Does funny things with my head. All the memories. Okay. Remember that. That's a good touch. Oh, excuse me. Oh, very fun. What about the bunks? Alright, yeah, so the mess. Alright. Shelves? That's got to be the times, is that right? Oh. Well, thank you. Trying to get a better look at that sword. Ate a lot today as well. Flavor's still with me. God damn. We've got a chain of Korean restaurants out here. It's a small chain, but a good one called Yori.
Ah, there you are, Clive. Word of your adventures arrived this morning. Victor sent his thanks.
I doubt Kupka will miss the fools he sent to catch me. Not a single one of the bearers we saved showed any interest in coming with us. No one seems keen to join hands with an outlaw. Any news while we were away?
None worth mentioning. Gav's still off keeping an eye on the Republican army. Should be back any day now.
Understood. If anyone needs me, I'll be in the map room.
Who this?
Still can't work that one out. There must be better places than the hull of a gutted airship to bury your nose in a book.
Yet this is where she's chosen to be. And I'm sure she has her reasons.
Who is this she? There we go. Next up, yeah. I want to know what it is now. Time's good now. Come on. Vivian, alright.
I'd trust I'm not intruding.
Back from your mission?
Good look about you.
I'm beginning to think your habit of surviving cannot be attributed to luck alone.
One might say the same of you, Vivian Ninetails.
I'll have you know that only 4 attempts have been made on my life, and none was especially memorable. So, to what do I owe the honor? Could it be that you've come for one of my lessons?
Is that so hard to believe?
Very well then. Shall we start with the state of the realm? To absolutely no one's surprise,
Yeah,
she
so
finds
it's
herself at the mercy of armies and outlaws. Well, mostly armies. Though that's not for want of trying, is it, Clive? But the real question is, how did we get here?
You got 5 years to tell.
Long though Sambrek's dominion over northeastern Storm has endured, recent days have seen the Blight wrest ever more land from her grasp. For which reason she has continued to wage war on her rival across the strait, hoping to claim less blackened pastures. But Odin would sooner pawn his sword than Waloed relinquish Ash.
Not much.
And the Empire pays dearly for every
Although,
blade of grass
it's
bent
a hammer,
beneath
quite a
Sambrequois
big war, I guess.
boots. Little wonder then that Sylvester set his sights on the crystalline dominion, an altogether easier target, possessed of no less ether. It was 5 years ago, while you were busying yourself with the destruction of Drake's head, that the Empire made its move, subjugating its theretofore neutral neighbor. A nation which could legitimately claim to be the center of the world. Certainly, there is no better place to stage an army. From there, the Holy Empire's reach spans the Twins. The non-aggression treaty was the only thing keeping them in check. But if they truly broke the pact without provocation, it is only a matter of time before others reply in kind. The Holy Empire, the Dalmekian Republic, the Kingdom of Waloed, and of course, our friends in Yaran. Who will be left standing, I wonder, when the last drop of blood is spilled?
You were born in Twinside. Do you not fear for your home?
Oh, dark clouds are wont to gather over the Dominion. Yet in spite of it all, she has ever endured. And when the storm has passed, I am confident she will remain. Now, as to the matter of payment for today's lesson, complete a simple errand for me and we shall consider ourselves even.
Even? Right.
Return this volume to old tomes in the shelves. Tell him it was, adequate.
Well, that's all that we're going to do.
I suppose it wouldn't hurt to visit our resident historian.
Yeah, we've got 5 years to catch up on. And she's got something new already.
And
What's
how
up?
may I assist you today? My beloved homeland.
Okay.
Or at least, it was.
Ah. Let's ask about you then.
One would think.
Is there some like deeper reason that we have you as a character? Because it doesn't really lend to anything development wise, unless you know we can't do anything without her. Then yeah. I mean, night out all things. You state the right.
Allow me to educate you.
No, this would be better. By speaking with Vivian Hardaway's map room, you can view State of the Realm, learn more about the current goings on in Valosphere. Revisit any of the Night Owl's past lessons or take a deeper look at relationships, individuals, persons, alright?
I have the details here.
The Grand Cast. Here you can view detailed visualizations of character relationships. Updates as you progress in the main scenario. Alright. Duchess, Mummy Dearest, alright. This is nation taking arms against the Iron Kingdom. Yeah, we know that. That's some interest. Alright. Bitch. Okay. Duchess of Rosario, wife of Archduke Elwyn and mother to Clive and Joshua. Okay, so she is mum, as far as we know so far. I still don't buy that. While she adores her younger son, she treats Clive and Jill with naught but thinly veiled contempt. Yeah, I mean, you got out for Jill as well. Maybe she knew he was going to be dominant. Regardless, she's a cow. Duchess of Rosaria, wife of the Archduke. Oh, and okay. It was not only her beauty, but her connection to her bloodline that produced many previous dominants in the Phoenix that led her to being proposed as a bride for the young Archduke. Maybe she was put in servitude in a way like that through marriage. Indeed, the two are cousins. What the fuck? Wait, cousins? And so it was a marriage of military convenience, huh? Having known from a young age, she could have been a plant. We know from a young age that her purpose in life was to preserve her Phoenix-bearing bloodline. She dotes on Joshua and scorns Clive. So it's not through Dad's side of things. See, so we need to know where you come from originally. Duchess Rosario, alright. Is there a purpose in life? For which reason she betrayed her husband, that she might enter in league with a fool she judged the mightier the Empire of Sandberg. It was Annabella's treachery that led to disaster. Yes, we know. Cow. I'm going to keep calling her name, sorry. Former Duchess Rosaria, now Empress of the Holy Empire of Sandberg. It was ever her purpose enough to preserve a Phoenix-bearing blood. We know that. She forced in league with a fool she judged the mightier. Now she rules over Rosaria as Viceroy of the Imperial Province, which she rules with cruelty and contempt for the base born that was unknown in Archduke Erwin's day. So it wasn't really all that love, was it? Right. Dominant fire. Phoenix low. The flame throws a second icon of fire. Yeah, a mysterious headed man who may believe to be dominant fire. He's never seen outside of company with his faithful attendant. After being, whoever she is, captured by Benedicta's intelligence, is imprisoned in Care Norvent. He slipped free from his bonds. Yeah, we know. Joshua was thought to have died at the hands of the second icon of fire during the disaster at Venegate. However, he is very much alive, travelling the realm even now. His true identity hidden by a heavy cowl and an assumed name, the Lord of Margrace. Even the Chocobo gets it. Okay. Knight of the Flames. Okay. Right. Stranger. He's still going as puppy. Yeah. Yeah, so through him. Find hounds. Or maybe as we're going lay it down, find hound. He should become pedigree, should he not? Clive's face is changing in all that time. Anyway, that's not what's important.
Thus ends
Well,
today's
I say
lesson.
that, but yeah. I actually got more involved in that than I thought it was going to be. Well, please run faster.
Look, it's Sid.
Staying on this time?
Norseman Harpocrates.
Time alone.
Now that is a name I have not heard for a long time. So long, in fact, I had half forgotten it was mine. Welcome home, Clive. You were missed, as always.
I believe this belongs to you. Vivian asked me to return it.
Gods and men. Nothing but a light read to you, is it?
Ready? Our resident scholar devours books faster than young Tet does lemon tarts. Would that I could do the same, but alas, I no longer possess the necessary constitution for such indulgence, either in words or tarts. That said, I have continued my search for mention of the creature you encountered at Drake's Head. But without access to the great libraries of Oriflamme or the Dominion, I regret that I have been able to find little and less. I am sorry.
Please, don't apologize. I'll send word to our associates. See if they can't furnish you with more books.
I fear it is not more books that I require, but the right ones. Mayhap we look in the wrong places. There are still libraries to the north.
I'll see what I can do.
You are too kind.
His
There are
brain
not
actually
many in this
become
world who would indulge
full-on
the
scar
whim
rather
of a
than
tired old
not
historian.
scar. You looking at that one?
Not too tired to go filching Kupo nuts, though. Always got a pocket for him. Nicks him off the Moogle.
Hush now. We all know there's no such thing as Moogles.
The twins seem well.
Aye. Yet they laugh far too little for one so young. The loss of their parents weighs heavy on them,
Yeah, your trip.
however well they hide it. Titan took much from us that night. From some more than others. And the wounds that remain, they are not quick to heal.
Which is why we must give them all the time they need.
Could be possible our face heals, but
That we must.
wouldn't count
Just
it.
as I must give you the time you need to recuperate. Good day, Clive.
Good day. Gav will be back soon. I should get some rest while I can.
Yeah, we gotta have a better look at your face. It's no longer blackness, which actually did look cleaner, but yeah.
Not back a blink and you're already off solving everyone's problems. It looks good, Clive. Goes well with the scowl.
I'd had that brand for so long. I'd forgotten what life was like without it. What it was like to be myself. And it's all thanks to you, Talia.
The scalpel did most of the work. Ah, before I forget, a rider was here with a letter from Gav. Otto left it on your desk.
Not a Stolas. All right, I'll have a look.
And then you get some rest.
What could Gav have thought worthy of a letter?
Have you been to the toll?
The good thing is still ticking. Like, yeah.
Otto was here earlier with a letter from Gav. He left it on your desk.
If something hasn't happened between these two after all this time, then what you been waiting? Alright. Okay, so reading table. Make a note to be reading every time I come back here. Alright. The Republican army marches on the Empire at Twin Side, and the men of the Rock have been summoned to the front. Something big is brewing. I reckon I'll see you done to wear upon my return.
What does Gav have to say?
The Republican army is on the march, leaving Randalar in Hugo Kupka's charge. With him and his men occupied with the defense of the capital,
Yeah,
they're less likely to trouble us.
Good news, then.
Colours faded and we've got the blemish
It's
skins.
more than that. This is our chance, the one we've been waiting for.
But look how far we've come. All that we have here, our friends, the hideaway, are they not cause for joy?
5 years. 5 long years. If I could only command this power I've been granted, we might have achieved so much more. But each time I reach for it, it's like something is holding me back.
Summoning an icon exacts a price not easily paid. Your body knows this only too well. It's merely trying to save you from yourself.
And every burden I cannot bear falls to you.
This mission of ours has made me question everything I thought I knew. But one thing has become abundantly clear. The crystals take more than they give. In exchange for momentary comfort, we must endure a lifetime of pain, war after war, loss upon loss. And now they rob us of our very homes, leaving naught but dust and ash. But you're trying to change that. We're trying to change that. And to me, that's no burden.
I know, but...
Try not to forget. We're only here because Joshua gave us a second chance. It would be a pity to waste such a precious gift.
He did. He was there. It wasn't an illusion. I heard him call out to Ultima.
Yeah, the fucked up looking whatever it is.
If Joshua is still alive, he'll be looking for that thing.
Do you think he will ever come back?
He's too much of a badass not
I know
to.
he will. And we must be ready when he does.
Hopefully Joshua gets some cool gear.
To a world without mother crystals.
Music's throwing me off a little bit. I'm down with such a serious chat. The texture of the paper included as well. That's proper. That's canvas material right there. Oh, okay. Getting what I'm asking for. So I was a bit wanting, but it was alright. Do give a little bit more of a feathered look about it with the frayed edges.
And so the North is lost.
Who is this lady?
I knew that the blight spread ever more swiftly, Your Grace. But this is far, far worse than any could have imagined.
It is only a matter of time before the twins are no more.
What's going on with his hair?
The world marches ever closer to its end, and here we chase shadows. Tell me, brother.
Only skin, a little bit.
Are our efforts in vain?
Master Clive, a moment, if you...
Knock first.
My apologies, I didn't mean to intrude.
Not
oh, yeah,
at all.
Sussy, nothing
We
going
were
on.
just discussing strategy.
Speak freely, Otto.
It's Martha, from the inn. She's gone missing.
Oh, God.
Anyway, I'll be in the mess when you've finished.
Very well. What would make Martha leave the rest?
That woman's committed, so yeah, we need to make sure she's cool. Polite NPC right there. He didn't wave. Rude.
What do we know, Otto?
Some lads from the Imperial garrison in Rosaria started a fight over at Martha's Rest. Blood was spilled, bones were broken. The usual.
So it
But
sounds like
somewhere
Martha
in the
had
middle
fun.
of it all, Martha vanished without a word to anyone. And that ain't like her, Clive. Something's not right.
You think this was planned?
Of course it bloody was. Ever since Eastpool, the Empire's been tightening its grip around the Duchy's balls. They've strung up everyone who's ever set eyes on a runaway, claiming they're traitors to the Holy Throne, conspiring to restore the House of Rosfield to power.
You're not wrong.
And now it sounds like the bastards have turned their attentions to the pallbearers meek enough to stay put. Naturally, old Martha could see the way the wind was blowing, complained that it was getting harder and harder to take bearers in.
And now she's missing. If she's fallen into the hands of the Empire, we could be next.
Couple of curse breakers are already on their way to the inn. They should help speed up the search. But if this is as bad as I think it is, you might end up having to save their asses and all.
Don't worry, Otto. I'll make sure everyone gets home safe.
See, we like him, he's whispering a lot, doesn't he?
Ah, my favorite pupil. Going so soon?
No, I wanted to talk to her about that. Mac room. Ah. Fine.
Here for another of my lectures. I admit.
Okay. Sid was pupil? What? This isn't adding up. And she's referring to us. Oh, maybe.
A far more reputable fellowship. Allow me to educate you. Study it well, Clive.
No, situation map. Here you can view a detailed overview of current and past events related to Clive's story that updates as you progress through the main scenario. Okay. To conduct rite of ancestral communion. What's this all about then? Main Kingdom. Alright. Reinforcements. The Grand Duchy. Alright. Oh, hold on. Alright. It's changed. Imperial Army. Men of the Fist. So you're gonna go against
Thus ends today's lesson.
Oh, we got some sub-quests now, do we? Alright, there's tomes. Alright, we'll talk to him just in case. That's not tomes.
Have we any more knuckle?
So it's a bit more like it. Yeah. Now you highlight them on there. I complain it goes down fast, but I swear to God, if he hasn't already put out, that'd be something like nuts flies up to your chin with turbulence. My God.
Finish with that log so we can call it a morning.
Welcome back, Sid.
Damn blighted bilge. Is everything all right?
Aside from the holes in my hull, everything's roses.
The lake water doesn't agree with it, then?
That's one way of putting it. And unless you got some grand scheme to suck the black from the lake like we do in the atrium, that slurry'll keep eating away at the timber like young Tech does our lemon tarts.
Who the hell was Tet?
Suppose a coat of pitch might stave off the rot for a moon or so.
Chocolate make
Assuming
it all
we
right.
had any pitch, which we don't. Not me bloody more. Doubt the old tub's got more than a dozen runs left in him.
You talking about the boat or a person?
Of course, Obolus. Your skiff is our only means of reaching the mainland. Without it, we'd be lost.
Well, I'm glad someone round here sees it that way. To make pitch, you need pitch trees. But in case you haven't noticed, live trees are one of the 1,000 things sorely lacking in the Deadlands.
So that was any
Now,
air.
I'm not so unkind as to ask you to fell a faraway forest and lug the logs back here to the mere, which is why we'll be needing a suitable alternative. And it just so happens I once heard the thorny pitchers of Curltail Falls cover themselves in a sticky wax to trap birds and beetles and whatnot. Might be enough to tide me over.
Sounds easier than felling a faraway forest. That's for certain.
Right. Free reads. I don't even remember going there, but alright. Must be an early environment. Can be right down there. Seems to be so. Right. Oh, this one's got the ability to
Easier than felling a forest, I said. Trees don't have teeth.
There we go. Got both earphones in because that battle theme's quite cool. Picture wax. Alright.
I can't imagine Obolus needing any more than this. Time to head home.
We're doing that now. If there's anything good that we get handed in as a reward, we'll be grateful to have it then to wait on it later on. The sword does the job. It's a good thing we bought the new one.
Welcome back, Sid.
Well, did you find me some wax?
Find is one way of putting it.
We need a big thank you.
Ugh. reeks like a chocobo's arse.
He didn't go near its arse.
Well, I don't suppose the Argo will mind as long as he stays above the waves.
Argo? So your boat has a name? I didn't know.
Yeah. Same as me old man. He was a ferryman himself back before the blight came. The boat's all I have left of him. And thanks to you, he'll sail another day.
Level up. Yeah, it was worth it. Alright, on to the main quest then, huh?
What happened here?
Come on. We need to find the others.
Looks like Blight's starting to settle in a bit.
Best off staying where we are for now, I reckon.
Let's get you to physical, shall we?
Sid? What said you'd be coming?
I trust you don't mind. Also thought you might need some help. And it appears he was right.
Mm-hmm.
You, could say that, yes.
But you are saying that.
Saying the Imperials ascended like a storm. No one was spared their fury. Martha tried to step in and calm things down, but all her efforts got her were a pair of iron shackles and a hard march.
So she's been missing, she's been taken.
Judging by their tracks, they headed towards Sorrowwise Bay.
To the Abbey sheltering Martha's bearers.
The bastards. Jill and I will go after them. You take care of the people here.
We will. But, before you go, one of the locals heard something. He said the soldiers were talking about a culling.
Oh,
I
God.
don't know how big this is, but it doesn't sound good. Be careful out there, Sid.
You do the same.
Cole is right. That was no tavern brawl. It was a message.
But a culling?
Jeez.
Bearers are the property of the Empire.
Mm.
The garrison wouldn't have the authority to act alone. The orders would have had to have come from higher up.
Mummy.
Anything catch your eye? Very well.
Oi, look sharp!
Oh, the Adamantoises as well. I wonder if we're good enough to take them on now. Items. Here we go. My nemesis.
No holding back.
No. It's fine. Setting him up now. Oh yeah, we get to do the jump on top of him now, don't we? There we are. Revenge at long last. What's going on here?
I was on my way to the Abbey minding my own business when a gang of screaming loons came charging out the garrison and chucked my stuff all over the place. Until I get it all picked up, no one's crossing the bridge. If you're going the same way I was, you'd be better off going back by Martha's than round the other side.
Son of a bitch. What was the point? She did get me going. I son of a... Pretty much we just did that just for a little bit of revenge, and that was it.
Look, up ahead.
Martha.
Martha.
Get out.
Are you hurt?
She does look
Don't
it.
worry about me. It's them at the Abbey who need you. You have to do something. Tell us what happened. What happened? The damn Black Shields, that's what happened. The Black Shields? The bastards caught wind. The abbot and I were helping bearers. They were gonna hang us both. When the sick rose from their beds, poor souls turned on the Imperials. Distracted them long enough for me to get away.
Then they may still be alive. Martha, do you think you can make it back to the inn? Cole is there with the other curse breakers.
I think so. Thank you, Clive.
Alright, time to kick some ass. Yeah, you heard me.
Black Shields.
Feeling it.
Is this some sort of twisted joke? There has only ever been one Order of Shields in Rosaria, and they fought to defend all her citizens.
Seems a step too far, even for the Empire.
Jill and Puffers are doing their work.
Careful.
You can solo it if you want, girl.
Are we too late?
There might still be someone inside.
Let's hope so. Didn't have a check. Well done. So there is a chest. Although you've neglected to take care of one side. Least of the worries right now. I bet it looks bigger in here than what it did on the outside. Oh man. Nah, it did not end well.
No.
Damn it.
We have to go.
I thought you lot
Give your
were
mum
all
a punch.
spent.
Honestly.
Murderers. They drove the bearers to this.
Wait. These two aren't turned.
That bitch of an innkeeper must have sent them.
Oh, no, you gotta die now.
Colluding with the enemies of the Empire is a serious offence.
Right, now we've got to back up.
And for their crimes shall they be punished.
Black shields on them.
Such is the law.
Nice looking armor though.
To dwell in darkness, that we may purge the night and welcome lasting dawn.
Again, Final Fantasy IV vibes going on
these
here.
our swords we swear.
How dare you speak those words? Have you no honor?
Clive.
Just kill him, man.
This won't take long.
That's what she said. Kill him.
You're finished.
Well, that was real easy. For all that they was given, they couldn't hold their own.
Is that all of them?
I think so.
I'm pretty sure the bearers could have taken on those weaklings.
I didn't see the abbot. He may still be alive.
He better not have colluded. I don't actually go in there, but let's just, yeah. There's an item. Nope.
Found her.
The abbot.
Ah, bugger.
The bearers died protecting him, calling upon what little magic they had left in their bodies.
Clive. He's breathing.
Thought you meant the abbot then.
We're friends of Martha. We're here to help.
Are the Imperials dead?
They are. Every last one.
If only that were true. The Black Shields will return. The cuttings will continue. Rosaria will never be saved unless we save her.
You speak true.
Tell Martha to beg Sid's aid and tell her this wasn't her fault.
I shall.
Sid, where are you? Sid!
In here! We found a survivor!
Clive.
Yeah.
He's gone.
We've laid the abbot to rest. But the bearers... they didn't need to die like this.
No, they didn't. But it was their choice. They knew the fate that awaited them and chose to meet it on their terms, fighting for those who fought for them.
Martha said they rose from their beds, threw themselves at the Imperials so she and the Abbot could escape.
I've gathered the bearers' remains. We should consign them to the tide.
There's a drawbridge not far from here. Redux jump. The currents there are swift. If the Abbot was still with us, he'd have taken the dust there himself and performed the casting. I'll get someone to...
I'll do it.
Of course. Cole and I will remain here and see to the Imperials.
Somewhere, next time. Yeah, we gotta walk it. It's easy. Yep. Oh. I forget what these things are called. Oh man. The old school stuff. I feel like they just become iconic, notorious marks. Okay. Every now and then Clive may encounter creatures larger, faster, more ferocious than most while we're solo. While flight is always an option, defeating these notorious masks can earn him not only renown but also rare materials that may be used to craft new gear or upgrade existing items. But these used to just be regular.
There's a floating eyeball.
Right. Got away with that. Ooh. He's a bit of a tanky boy, isn't he?
To me, boy.
There you go. That was a good fight. But yeah, they used to be common enemies, and I miss that sometimes about these Final Fantasy titles. They hold back on all that nostalgia of all that stuff, you know.
You didn't see that coming.
And like bombs as well. I didn't see that coming. And flans as well, yeah.
That must be the bridge.
Bombs, flans, tomberries, although, you know, I'm not in a rush for those. Oh no. Again, the curls. The golem. Oh, ain't golems. Golems, or whatever it was. Adamantine. Golems. Behemoths.
So shall the waters cleanse thee of thy burden, and bear it out to sea.
And now they are truly free.
I hope so.
What of the Imperials?
A pyre was made. It's more than they deserve. We should go back. Cole is worried about Martha.
All right.
Save us a bit of a trek.
We're best off staying where we are for now, I reckon.
No one survived then?
I'm sorry. Before he passed, one of them bade me tell you not to blame yourself.
Doesn't mean I won't. Doesn't mean their blood's not on my hands.
Yes, no.
Cole said you cast their remains. That was good of you. But it should have been me. This was all my fault.
How? You couldn't have known.
But I did. And I turned a deaf ear to the warnings like the fool I am.
What you talking with?
The rumors started moons ago. Of black-clad devils descending on villages in the dead of night to slit the throats of sleeping bearers. But I assumed it was all just nonsense concocted by the Empire. Nothing but a ghost story meant to make folk think twice about lending a hand to a fugitive bearer.
And in ordinary times you would have been right. What these Black Shields are doing is unthinkable. Which begs the question, why do it at all? My mother obviously has a hand in this. I cannot make sense of her actions.
She's a bitch, I keep telling you.
And picking what goes on in that woman's head is a job for someone with more time on their hands. Right now, I need swords and men to wield them, preferably big ones. If those Imperials think they can come in here again and threaten my people, they're in for a rude awakening. Oh, before I forget, a Stolas from Otto landed just before you arrived. He asked me to tell you that Gav has returned.
Then we must as well. Will you be all right here, Martha?
We can stay longer if you wish.
No need. I'll be ready should the Imperials come calling. Though I wouldn't turn my nose up if you were to lend me a pair of them strapping young curse breakers.
See if we can acquire an ability. I don't think we can. Oh no, then again. Nah, we're saving up, aren't we? Ah. And there's a quest here. Alright. Coming. Where is it? outside. Alright. Can't just be within the vicinity anymore, can it?
Try not to move.
Oi! You there! Don't just pass me, Bob! You handy with that sword of yours? Of course you are. Bet you're a bloody marvel with the thing. Now, question is, are you willing to use it or not? 'Cause a flock of noble chocobos are in need of help.
Chocobos?
You heard me right. Wild birds? Hmm? The big ones? And not just any chocobos at that. Whiteheart and her flock are the bravest birds you ever did see. They protect travelers round these parts from bandits and the like.
Chocobos? Fighting bandits?
It's true. Why, they saved me from a gang of footpads only yesterday. Nasty lot they were too. And now they're back, looking to settle the score. Oh, go on then. Don't just stand there. Go and help them.
All right.
There's a good lad.
Where can I find these chocobos?
I saw him cut across the way over yonder. The rotten scoundrels were driving the poor things towards the old dock. It's a dead end, that is. You save Whiteheart and her flock, you hear me? There ain't a pluckier bird in all the world. She's a hero to us locals. And don't worry, you'll know her when you see her right enough.
I'm sure I will.
And good luck to you. And give those no-good bastards a hiding from me.
We'll do exactly that.
Whiteheart. That's quite a name for a chocobo.
Feather, yep.
A white feather. I thought Ambrosia was one of a kind.
Maybe.
Speaking of brave birds. Looks like they went that way. These chocobos aren't going down without a fight. They're in trouble.
Still here.
We got you cornered, Feathers. You didn't think you'd seen the last of us, did you? You've been bad
Better
for
see the
business.
first of me, though.
But I reckon someone will pay good coin to mount your head on their wall.
Not around here, they won't.
Oh. And why's that, eh?
Because she's something of a hero in these parts. You hurt her, and I hurt you.
Piss off. Or better still, how about we hurt you both?
All right, then. But don't say I didn't warn you.
Really don't like lightning. Okay, I dodged. I can't bloody see. Oh, the gargling on that. Sound like that would have been a throat stab. Man, for something that was just a side quest, he threw down a little bit, that guy.
You're safe now. White Hart, I presume. Do you know her, boy?
Probably is Ambrosia.
That scar. It couldn't be. Ambrosia. It is you. You survived.
Worth it.
And you found yourself a flock.
Oi! Is it over? I thought I'd come and see how you were getting on. Oh, you sorted the bastards then. I knew you would. And the whole flock made it through unscathed.
Thankfully, they did. And not only that.
Well, I'll be. I never stopped to think our hero here might once have been someone's mound. Though I dare say she'd suit a fine fellow like yourself. Reckon our feathered friend must have learned a thing or two from her master. Kind-hearted warrior that you are. Bird like her would have cost a princely sum. You born a lord or something?
Well,
Oh, no, sorry. I didn't mean to pry. Don't matter who you are. You done right by me.
What is it, girl?
She wants her master back, I reckon.
Oh, thank God.
Told you. And it seems our pals agree.
Is that it? You want to come with me?
Well, bugger me if this ain't a heartwarming sight. Lads down the stables will be hearing about this tonight.
They were a good sort.
Stay right where you are.
Just gonna equip her with some armor, no? Our Torgal would deserve some armor. Alright, we got harness. Thank you. Even an eye patch.
Doesn't she cut an handsome figure, eh?
She does indeed. How much do I owe you?
Ah, a few scraps of leather's the very least I owe old Whiteheart. Oh, I'll be sad to see her go, of course. But she's earned her right to happiness and more besides. Don't you worry, we'll get along just fine without her. You hear that, Whiteheart? You've earned yourself some time off. You have fun traveling with your master now. You seem awful familiar now I get a proper look at you. That's
Don't
it.
stare too hard, you might like what you see.
When those chocobos swarmed my cart on the road, didn't you? No. No, that can't be right. That fellow was a bearer.
Must have been my double.
Oh, must have been, eh? Oh, that'll be the excitement getting to me. Silly sod that I am. Pay me no mind.
Yeah, he's a good sort.
Anyhow, best be on my way. Good luck to the both of you.
You take care of your flock for now. I'll call you when I need you.
Mercy attack. Where? Okay. After 18 long years, Clive has finally been reunited with his faithful steed. Jesus Christ. Alright. Where are we headed, though? Side quest. We've got to get back to the hideaway, haven't we? Got to talk to Gav. Gav is gone, but now he's back.
Where's Gav?
Gav should be back by now.
Just gonna grab a snack. Maybe a coffee. Yeah, I'll get myself a coffee as well. I've been good. Alright, guys. Anyone that watches this far involved, this right now it is a bit quiet, but yeah, don't forget, like I always say, grab yourself a drink, some nibbles, stretch, check to-do lists, or whatever else. All the important stuff. Be back in a couple of minutes, tops. Yeah, again, I forget about my microphone. Be careful with it. Thank you for waiting. Back in. Oh, we'll have to check my room and stuff like that. I remember the mail room, everything else, etc.
Ah, Clive!
He's wearing that, bro.
I've missed that scowl.
Where's my report?
What, no kind words for your old pal Gav?
If it's kind words you're after, you're fishing in the wrong barrel. Now sit down, you fool.
So, you remember how quick the Empire was to occupy the Dominion after the fall of Drake's head? And how pissed off all the other nations were that they didn't think to do it first?
Half a century of independence gone at the whim of a madman. So much for their bloody treaty.
Clearly, the promise of unblighted land and the world's supply of crystals was too much for his radiance to resist. And now the Republic's finally decided to follow suit, using liberation as an excuse to declare war on Sambrek. Lined up right outside the Dominion's gates as we speak, looking to starve the Imperials into submission.
And now all eyes are on the Strait of Author.
Well, the two nations beat their shields. The rest sharpen their daggers, ready to set upon the war-weary victor. They'll never see us coming. It's time we moved on the Mother Crystals. Four Mother Crystals remain in Storm and Ash. Drake's Breath near Ironhome. Drake's Fang in Dhalmekia. Drake's Spine in Waloed. And Drake's Tail here in the Crystalline Dominion.
With the bulk of the Republican army marching to Twinside, Drake's Fang will be left exposed.
That is exactly the move Kupka would anticipate. And if there is anything these past 5 years have taught us, is that he loves his traps.
And don't forget, you've got Ultima after us.
There is one place,
Quite
however,
obvious.
where nobody will be expecting us to go.
Drake's Breath.
There's a shitload of sea between us and it, and I've never been much of a swimmer.
I have an acquaintance in Port Isolde who may be able to help.
Who's that then?
My uncle, Byron Rosfield.
Lord Byron Rosfield of the Seven High Houses, the trade magnate with holdings in over 100 cities. Wait, Rosfield. And you're a Rosfield, of course.
My uncle's name gave him his start in the world, but it was his acumen which earned him his fortune. Along with a handsome fleet of ships.
Well, it's settled then. What are we waiting for, eh? Huh?
They must be notorious smart. Go check them out.
What are we waiting for, indeed?
I think it's all right to touch him.
I don't know. You go first.
What do you want?
Really not reinforced stuff. I'd like to have reinforced.
Anything else?
Won't be long now, Martel. Sid, I was hoping to speak to you.
Is everything all right?
Oh, yeah, it's just, well, as you know, we've been trying to grow fruit down here.
It's good to know that something of the old hideaway still lives on.
Martel's pride and joy. It was a sapling when she rescued it from the rubble, but look at it now. All our hard work's finally paying off. I took it on, you see, after she died.
Yeah.
And now the fruit's finally ready to eat. And not only is it ready, it's actually tasty. Sweet as you like, in fact. She bred the bitter right out of it.
Impressive. And welcome news to more than a few, I'd say.
I thought this first harvest could go to the curse breakers, on account of all they do for the hideaway. You couldn't take them some, could you? Seems better them coming from you.
Very considerate.
It'll be nice being the bearer of good news for a change.
Oh, thank you. She always had a soft spot for that lot, see? And once they've had their share, I'll see to it that everyone else gets some. Here you go. Martel apples, they're called, in honor of her memory.
Nice. And a good salt too.
You hear that, Martel? Today's finally the day.
It's not the
Oh, I wanted to see. So it's down here. Foundries. Foundations.
Did you come through the forge today?
I thought you said you smell like someone else and like, hold your tongue, young man.
And you say Sid built this place?
Just in case if there's some chests.
Perhaps they're old enough for the sins of Zemeckis.
What are we building here? It's quite nice.
Go on, eat up. You won't grow fat pecking at hay.
Dress is simply fabulous. In it though. All the ladies in the Dominion are wearing them.
Is this all about someone's public bunk or something? chest. Treatment diary. I don't think there'd be anything cheery reading that. Especially if we've got any branded.
So Mather's alright.
You two look like you could use something to eat. Here. Courtesy of Martel.
Martel. Now, where have I heard that name before?
Weren't she the girl from the Furrows?
Course she was. An odd sort, that one. Loved plants more than people.
Aye, and brave as a bane might. Remember when she ran back into the hideaway to collect them trees when Titan attacked? Wait.
These aren't those apples, are they? Well, I'll be. She'd have been proud, and rightly so. Thank you, Sid.
Good on you.
A gift from the backyard.
No.
For your service.
Shouldn't say it like that.
Blimey, these take me back. I haven't seen a hideaway apple since. Old Sid was the only one who could stomach the things. He'd nab them right from the branch, make Martel livid. Not that anyone could stay mad at the man for long.
That sounds like the Sid I knew, all right.
Planning on keeping that lot to yourselves, were you? Hang on. These aren't Martels, are they? I'm glad to see someone carried on what she started. Can't have been easy, not in the Deadlands. Reckon she'd be happy knowing all her hard work didn't go to waste. Clive, tell the lad down in the backyard to run some over for me, will you?
Why can't you go and do it?
Not so much as a thank you. Well, I've got some manners at least. Thanks, Sid. You can leave the basket with me. I'll see that the others get their share. Oh, and give our compliments to the gardener, won't you?
That was the last of the apples. I should head to the backyard and pass along everyone's regards.
That's right. What you got?
Oh, Clive! Welcome to the Patron's Whisper.
The Patron's Whisper? Does that mean someone else is taking care of our friend's donations?
Oh no, that's still me. It's just Karen has her toll, Blackthorn has his hammer. I thought a new name might liven things up. I still catalogue every item that arrives, in addition to setting aside those tokens of appreciation the sender has specified are to be presented to you personally. Would you like to see if we have any?
Yes, I would.
Your benefactors are a generous lot.
The Patron's Whisper. Completing side quests will earn Clive renown. I thought that's what was going on. Inspiring nameless benefactors from across the Twins to donate money or items to Clive's cause. Visit Desiree at the Patron's Whisper in the home. Yep, to accept. A merry band of outlaws and astonishing deeds of daring do. All the talk amongst the ladies of the court. We gathered together several items of worth. Okay, well, thank you.
All yours. You earned this.
Light axes, yep, they heard of us. Run around, wait, 85, okay. Where do we get Berserker ring? Okay.
Come again. I may have more for you.
Go.
How are you doing? Anything catch your eye? Think you can help?
That's right. You've been looking for me. Alright.
What's the matter, Nectar? The hunt board. It's where the curse breakers post sightings of particularly fearsome beasts. Those that might pose a threat to our operations if they were left to roam free. Just because they can't be dealt with when they're spotted, doesn't mean they can't be dealt with later. Was that what you wanted to know?
You are the mightiest, okay? It can't stand up to you, but we'll be the ones that do it. Alright.
Right. Well, leaving your mightiness aside for the moment, the people of Valisthea are going through a lot already. What with the Blight and the war. The last thing they need is ungodly fiends terrorizing them on top of everything else. So if the Cursebreakers are too busy to help, then perhaps I can. Or at least I can try.
Show me my victims. Yep. Reports of fiends terrorizing countryside are posted in hut board in hopes that fearless heroes, such as Clive, will take it upon themselves to hunt down and slay the notorious marks. Alright, yeah. Angel of Death. A trader coming by the way of Care Norvent met with a troop of Cursebreakers travelling in the opposite direction, and warned them of a wicked winged harpy. Okay. Hardly an angel, is it? Belphegor. Alright, that's a B. That's a C. Alright, Clairview, Sandbreak, Broken Hill, Rosaria.
And how may I assist you today? What is it that you wish to learn?
Oh, so
I have the details here.
Tenant of Joshua, yeah. So the man goes by the name Lord Margrace. Together they travel across the twins to some unknown end. As long as she is dangerous, her blade is ever. Okay, so she's a fighter as well. Tonics for healing. Jote, but it's unclear whether this is a true name or a pseudonym. Yeah, we might get some side play of that. Who this? Ah, Martha. Odin. Oh, that's who it is. Barnabas. Okay. Wood and Darkness. So you tried to go to Bahamut. Mysterious being. Oh yeah. There he is. The otherworldly being that Clive encountered in the inner sanctum of Drake's head. He addressed Clive as Mythos before attempting to merge their consciousnesses. However, Clive was able to summon the will to resist the creature before Joshua returned from the dead to imprison it in a cage of flame that he sealed away in his own heart. He's a good design. Hammerstone. Dion Lesage. Alright. Leader of Dragoons, which is badass. Most elite warriors in the Holy Empire. Sandbreaker were first to leap into the fray. Haha. When the Empire finds herself under threat. Often literally. Dion is a dominant Bahamut Warden of Light. Oh, but if it was Alexandra, Bahamut being Worm instead. King of. Okay. Often calls upon his icon in defense of his countrymen. Okay. We don't care about tying someone, he's a bastard. So we're currently going after them. Righty.
One must understand one's place in the world. Thus ends today's
I feel
lesson.
like we could just bypass that.
Them old apples were enough.
We want an apple now.
That broom's as ragged as...
I've still got my coffee about me. make sure that I've checked my room as well, actually. I'm surprised that hasn't needed updating. Right, reading table. That was job for my insistence writing you silly letters. These silly letters. Would that we had more time to speak to each other in person, but for every day we spend together it feels though we must suffer another two apart. I'm glad to hear your most unexpected reunion with Ambrosia, or shall I say Whiteheart. You told me once of how your chocobo sacrificed herself to protect you that night at Phoenix Gate, and here so many years later we find she spent her life doing the exact same thing, defending others. Some things never change, do they, Clive? That's nice. She's got feelings for you, bro. With memories. Ambrosia's tag. Devil's Deed served Rosaria. Okay. There's quite a few items in there. Right. You got the, where is it? I like that. Oh yeah, we've got to return to the backyard. I know I keep saying it every stream, but my eyes are getting right out this heat. And then the AC blowing next to me there, and I do have to have it on. Whoa.
The Cursebreakers send their thanks. And their compliments. They were clearly very fond of Martel.
They remembered her? After all these years? I suppose she was very kind, even to a tongue-tied lummox like me. You were one of the good ones, Martel. Why did you have to die? She put everything into her work. She wasn't going to rest until we had fruit sweet enough to enjoy. And now we do. When she died, I named a sapling after her. And now it's a full-grown tree. Martel lives on through the fruit it bears.
And through you. Her dream would have died with her, had you not kept it alive. That's something to be proud of.
Right on.
I didn't do anything really, but thank you. You're kinder to me than I deserve.
By the way, Otto's expecting some of your crop. And I wouldn't mind some of it either, if that's not too much to ask.
Of course not. I'll see that you're both well provided for.
You're a real one.
They like your fruit, Martel. Isn't that wonderful? I'd say it's about time we planted you some siblings, don't you think?
Time to get going. Oh god, what's this now? Alright, we'll come back to that next time round. We are a bit limited towards where we can go then, aren't we? What was this Hawksquire's Cliff then? Am I just being a bit silly? First of all, we ought to say, I'm very bad with that. Right. Oh my god. I keep thinking that's where we are. No, that's where we could have gone to. Hey, I'm not fumbling with the combat though this time round.
Do you think it was wise to leave, Gav? He didn't seem pleased.
I needed his eyes and nose in Dhalmekia. I'm not about to let Kupka take us unawares. Besides, he has a knack for that sort of thing.
That he does.
And wasn't it Sid who said that matters such as these are best left to dominance? Especially should one of his beloved opportunities to grow and change present itself.
I did that.
I always knew that I would return one day. Return to Ironhome.
For what?
To kill that bastard Titan.
After learning the truth, you were given the chance to face your past. If I am to continue at your side, I must do the same.
And it's taking you 5 years.
We will face it together then.
To the end.
Come on.
How far do you think your mother's reach extends?
Too damn
Will we
far.
find the same tragedy in the south as we did at Martha's Rest?
More than likely. Which is why we should hurry. There are still many settlements between here and Port Isolde. We visit as many as we can and hear their stories. Starting with the village of Amber.
Let's look at the geography. Oh, did we knock into her?
Mockery of justice is what it is. Lord Elwyn would never have stood for this.
Quiet, you! Nothing, we're loyalists.
Jill, look.
Rosaria must be cleansed
Like
of the
sharks.
stain which befouls her, that she might rise once again from the ashes to welcome a new dawn. 'Twould be a pity to make examples of you all for the transgressions of but a handful.
Of course, your lordship. You shall have our full cooperation.
What business could the Black Shields have in a village this small? There's barely room to hide a bearer.
Then they must be here for something else.
For an ass whooping.
You fancy dancing a gallows jig like the miller's son?
All right.
What you got for me?
I ain't got much, but what's mine is yours for a price.
Oh, perfect words. Alright. Love it.
Fare you well?
Excuse me, but what was all that about earlier?
You haven't heard? Someone's been stirring up trouble. There've been attacks on the garrison, supplies stolen. They even say a Black Shield was murdered.
Good.
The Empire wants answers, and what the Empire wants, Empire gets.
Don't they just?
Keep your ears open, eh? The Black Shields will pay good coin for information on the culprits.
You sell out.
You'd have to be dull as a sack of stones to think you could take on the Empire. What with their 100-full legions? We're going hunting for outlaws. How do you like that, boy?
They're starting to turn people desperate. People turn on each other.
There was a time my husband might have stood up to those men. Though back then, he wouldn't have needed to.
You seen him, didn't you?
I'm sorry.
The Black Shields. Just now. You seen them, didn't you? At least I think they was the Black Shields. Can't say I ever saw one before.
You probably mean shot.
Was this the first time they visited the village?
What do you think? Amber's the arse end of nowhere. And they thought we might be harboring firebrands. Huh. If only we were. I might have turned them in and become a Black Shield myself.
Bastard.
You don't think these firebrands the Empire is looking for could be us, do you?
I don't know. But we need to find out.
There we go. Knew there would be one somewhere.
Greetings, friend. We are travelers.
I know that. What do you want?
We couldn't help noticing those Imperial soldiers who were here earlier.
Don't you go telling these strangers a thing. I speak for the people of this village, and we have nothing more to say to you. You are to leave Amber and never come back.
May I at least ask why?
I don't know who you are or what brings you here, but your presence puts us all in grave danger. The Empire is a harsh master. Its demands are great, and its justice swift. But as long as we keep our heads down and pay our tributes, we are left alone. Some might call it submission. But if it will spare my people the Viceroy's wrath, then I will gladly submit. This village will not become another East Pool.
Then we shall be on our way. These people live with a knife to their throats.
Mm-hmm.
In the mistaken belief that if they cooperate, my mother will show them mercy.
Yeah, we've seen her idea of mercy.
Obedience bought with fear.
Are you all right?
Sorry, It's nothing. We still don't know who the Black Shields are looking for.
Well, whoever they are, the Imperials deem them worth pursuing to the back of beyond. But other than Martha, who else in Rosari would have the courage to stand against the Empire? A new ally would certainly be welcome. Can we find them before the Imperials do? Perhaps the next village will yield more answers.
Perhaps.
This pass will take us through the mountains.
And directly into the path of whoever or
I'm at it
whatever
again.
lurks here.
Look at these rocks. Oh my god. Yeah. Man, the photorealism on this game. Good god.
Ever since the Apollo trip, we've seen more and more of these echoes.
What do you think is waking them? The mother crystal's collapse?
I have an idea. You're not going to like it.
Things get knocked about. We give one hell of a fight, didn't we? What's around here? There's more of these things. Definitely ended up in the wrong place at the wrong time. Nice. Oh, what's going on over here? Soldiers or fanatics? Dead men all the same. Black shields. Right. Bloody eyesight on them. Dog is throwing down. Well done, Toggle.
More of my mother's men.
Let's put the front down and front.
To me, boy.
Oh, we do have some points. Now that has been faithful move, yeah.
Blood, Clive.
And still wet.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of that.
You were told to stay in your homes.
Yeah, well, your bitch ass. Vaseline decided that. Ruin all that.
You know who we are. And still, you would bear your steel. Why then, we owe you our thanks. You have saved us the trouble of an interrogation. To dwell in darkness, that we may purge the night and welcome lasting dawn. On these, our swords we swear.
Be
Say
quiet.
that again. I'll show you a true shield of Rosaria.
Sexy. looks like that. It can be like that a little bit more often. Scent flying. You would have thought we got some renown for that, but nope. Almost a level up.
Tell me what I want and the end will be swift. Who are you looking for?
Why, you. We come bearing a message. Your friends have been found. The branded you freed from our camps.
He said make it quick.
They await you in Aldil. Guardians of the Flame.
Those are Old Hill's gates.
Then we hurry.
I hope he suffered on that last breath. I get the feeling we're coming up with some good bits.
Find something, boy.
We're doing that a lot, aren't we?
Death.
Found her.
Damn, they're getting darker and darker in this game. They go to such lengths of prejudice. Good lord. These people are mentally unstable, a lot of them.
This was my mother's doing.
And we gotta know if she's just doing this for her homeland or
I don't know. I never truly understood her.
she's just fucking nuts.
Oh, Clive.
I will learn what madness drives her.
Yep.
And I will end it. We should go.
Yes.
You want to learn that truth, huh, sweetheart? It's gonna be ugly.
We can't leave them here like this.
We won't. But if the Black Shields have made it this far south, they may already be in Port Isolde.
Where's the chest? There's got to be at least one chest around here. My intuition was right. And the fact we haven't even changed accessories once in this game. Not a complaint. But we should progress. God knows we've needed the guild boost. Makes me think you may have another somewhere. Chest, that is. Just to add that little grim detail in as well, huh? Yeah. The crows are all fed. That looked like a chest for me. One played me.
We're approaching Buick Bridge. Though I doubt the Empire would let us cross over to Rosalith.
I thought there were chests as well, damn it. Well, I'm curious. That's got to be a big ass monolith, maybe. People.
I did, Mummy. I could hear him shouting from down the road.
Didn't happen to come by way of Old Hill, did you? Saw some Imperials clad in black making for the docks just the other day. The next morning, you couldn't see the sun for all
Sound
the
direction's
ravens.
pretty good. Oh damn. That is bleak.
They tell us there's a curfew, but then refuse us passage back to our homes. Oh, how am I to...
They're all Rosarian.
But this is their home.
I'm hungry.
Come on, give me full running speed. Devil crap. Putting the name alone, we gotta fight you. Even the water sprays, you know?
It's over.
I've not even forgotten the detail like hey! Ah. Yeah. Leaving the footprints on the sand.
The Lazarus. What happened to this place?
My mother happened. The nobles who lived here didn't stand a chance.
Isn't this
Until my
where
uncle fared better.
we found that dude's wife? Fucking murdered. Bless her. It's gated off.
That's the main gate. And it looks like we're not the only ones hoping to get in.
Ishrin's dogs, they are! You can't ignore us forever!
Let us in, or we'll die on your doorstep!
Better out there than in here!
Oh, enough
Fuck off! And the chinless bastards! Those crystals belong to us all! I said, where were you, filth?
Back to your stall!
Cut you down where you stand! Destroy it!
No chance of slipping through unnoticed. We'll need to find another way in. I thought we might be able to reason with the guards. Or at least bribe them.
I suspect everyone in that crowd thought the same. Was that the
They're
only way
looking
in?
for an uprising if they carry on like this.
Officially,
There'll be many
yes.
more people against
Strictly speaking, no.
those in the authority
My uncle once
positions.
told me that the nobles had tunnels built so that they could visit town without having to walk amongst the rabble. The Lazarus.
You damn well know down these tunnels there's going to be a boss fight.
We'll find our way into the city there.
A sewer.
If
in
you're
Final
sure.
Fantasy, or anything underground
The
with
entire
water,
place looked abandoned.
they're going to be a boss.
Do you think it's safe?
As long as it is abandoned.
Excuse me. I've known that too much tonight.
The good news is we haven't seen a single black shield since Old Hill.
Maybe they found who they were looking for.
Let's get the dog one's head, but how the hell is she doing it? You get why it is I'm pulling that face.
This is nothing like I remember it.
How quickly a crown can lose its luster.
Jumping over. No. You've done higher leaps than that before.
Not abandoned then.
Oi! Visitors!
Apologies. We'll show ourselves out.
Kill them all. Just gonna add up to the body count.
Or not.
What's he doing?
It's over!
Don't know if that was me or a dog.
I've only ever seen one man fight like that.
Hey.
And he's long dead.
Well,
Then perhaps it's time you joined him.
you say why are you siding with him?
Blessing of the Phoenix. It can't be. I was there when you died.
I'm under you.
Forgive me, my lord. I knew not whom I addressed. You have naught to fear from us. Founder, it really is you.
It is. So wait.
We can speak inside.
Not the uncle though, are you? Test them. Test them. They were bandits. Didn't have to go down that road. Test them. Make sure
And
I don't
those
sell
who
the sun to
wouldn't
the river.
bend the knee?
We left
Hey,
before
Lemmy.
the Empire could make examples of us, though we didn't go far. And we banded together to form the Guardians of the Flame soon after.
So you're who they're looking for.
Alas, there is only so much a handful of aging shields can do against the might of an empire.
Aging?
But
Not even in your 40s.
we've seen to it that their stay has been anything but pleasant. Of late, though, we've had our hands full just trying to keep the Duchy's few remaining bearers out of the Imperial's clutches.
The Cullings. We saw what happened in Old Hill.
Yeah, it was pretty effed up.
Aye, the foul work of the Black Shields and their mistress.
You mean my mother? But it doesn't make sense. Even knowing what I know about her.
She's tripping on power.
Her hatred for bearers was no secret, but she wouldn't have been ignorant of their value to the realm.
She just may be that racist man.
No
They do-
offense, my
they do
lord.
exist.
But in case you haven't noticed, the Lady Annabella couldn't care less about the realm. She barely even cares for her own home. That much has been plain since the slaughter at Eastpool. And since granting the Holy Emperor a new heir, her obsession with bearers only seems to have grown. As to why, I don't know. Maybe she can't bear the thought of anyone having the power to challenge her beloved son.
Her son.
Sir Wade, the Black Shields have broken camp. They march in full force for Buick Bridge. Then so do we. Make ready. This is their main
Next
host.
time I see that, I'm just gonna be like
If
mashed
we remove
potato.
the head, perhaps we can prevent what happened at the docks from happening somewhere else.
Like the Abbey.
If
Yeah,
I
the
do
Abbey, I mean.
nothing, then the blood of their next victims will be on my hands.
Yours and ours. We too have witnessed the crimes these men who dare call themselves shields have committed in my mother's name. It cannot be allowed to continue. We must put a stop to this madness.
We must. So let us go with you. For the good of Rosaria.
Not a single wrinkle in her clothes.
I was hoping you'd say that. Very well. If that is your wish, I would be honored to serve at your side.
And we at yours.
So, Wade, let us do our duty.
With pleasure, my lord.
Christ.
I imagine this endeavor will require more than just our wits.
Then let's hope Sir Wade has a good quartermaster.
Allow me to tend to your needs, my lord.
How is it you're only selling Gaia blades, people? Come on.
It has been an honor.
Tell us then, Sir Wade. What is your plan?
Nothing fancy. You, Lady Jill and I make for Buick Bridge and provoke the main host at their encampment. Sensing an opportunity to end the Guardians, The Black Shields will call for reinforcements,
Similar garments towards what
who will
Joshua
be
was
met from the
wearing.
rear by parties of my brothers hidden throughout the surrounding hills. This will allow us to wage battle on the bridge without fear of being overwhelmed. While the Black Shields have an advantage in numbers, you see, they prefer to fight in small units, which we can use to our advantage.
How small exactly?
Small enough, now that I have you and Lady Jill for company. I doubt I could have done this on my own.
But until we arrived, that was your plan. You haven't changed a bit.
So Wade, the bearers from Old Hill have been laid to rest.
Very good. Now make ready for battle.
As you command.
Well, that's the 11 armors, kind of, for warriors.
Thank you, Sir Wade. Perhaps now they will find peace.
There is but one thing which will grant them peace. Putting an end to the Black Shields.
And so we shall.
I've got the renown. Still don't know where those notorious markings are. I will often be joined by various companions who are keen to lend their assistance or are dependent on Clyde's destination. Okay.
May the blessing of the Phoenix go with you.
How long have you been pursuing the Black Shields?
Since they burned their first village. We tracked down the bastards responsible and fed their corpses to Stillwind. Suffice to say, that got their attention. It's been a game of cat and mouse ever since.
Look at me sideways.
Come along now.
Yeah.
The bastards are lucky we get
There they are. On your command, my lord.
My command is take the heads.
What is it now? I told you! We bear a message for the Viceroy.
We're gonna let this part
From the Guardians of the Flame.
play on as well, just in case.
Ha! You presume to tell us that a pair of filthy vagabonds, a woman and a dog, could guard aught against the might of the Black Shields?
Well, we've been kidding you boys earlier on in the game.
Die along with your flame!
You're gonna get burned by the flame, you silly git.
Forest area!
Your petty revolution ends here. On these our swords we swear.
He doesn't like it when you say that. You are not attacking the dog.
Bloody hell! Reinforcements from the far bank!
Another wyvern to fight their battle for them.
How do they tame these things?
More dragons.
Worms. The Imperials aren't taking any chances. I can't say I'm flattered.
Help me, boy.
No. Ooh.
A noble stand.
Oh, here we go.
Albeit a misguided one.
Yo, you look badass.
In
They
taking
all
it,
look badass.
you have but proven our point. That this land is in dire need of cleansing.
You guys want a mad trip.
To me, boy.
Hopefully I'll start back at least half health or something like that. I was like, yeah, we're going into this with that much health. Oh, man. Alright. That war worm's what did us in. I'm going to have to do a manual save close to that bit, because otherwise we're going to be running back every time, aren't
Blessing
we?
of the Phoenix go with you.
It's 20 to 4 in the morning, so this probably won't be the longest part 2 of the stream.
Let's go. Fly, Ambrosia. Look at me sideways.
Come along now.
A bastard to look
Let's do this, shall we? Nope. Alright, let's try and have a better go of this.
Your petty revolution ends here. On these our swords we swear.
Bloody hell. Reinforcements from the far bank. Another wyvern to fight their battle for.
You guys,
I'm hurt, Torgo.
a bit more like it.
More dragons.
Warlocks. The Imperials aren't taking any chances. I can't say I'm flattered.
It's over.
Much better. There we go. Oh, so.
A noble stand. Albeit a misguided one.
Want me to go prime time on you?
In taking it, you have but proven our point. That this land is in dire need of cleansing.
Talk your shit.
finish him.
He hurt. He wasn't the most troublesome, but he did hurt.
I don't see any
second
more.
attempt.
Nor do I. The plan worked.
It did. It bloody worked. We sent every last one of the rotten bastards straight to the mud. My, Lord, perhaps this will be enough to stop the Cullings. For the time being, at least.
Perhaps. Though I doubt my mother will take this loss well. She'll move swiftly to see her minions' ranks replenished.
And then it will all begin again.
Fun times.
I often wonder if the nation we once knew is gone for good. Her fields rot. Her people starve. We battled to preserve the flame that was, but for every foe we fell, another springs up in its place. Yet be that as it may, it is still our home, and we must fight for it. As we always have, and always will. For as long as the Firebird's flame burns in our hearts, the Duchy cannot die. And her loyal subjects may dream of a day when the Rosarian standard flies over Rosalith once more.
So wait,
Think we should fall back to Port Isolde before the garrison sends reinforcements? A sound strategy, my lord.
Took a little bit. I've got some renown that we can turn in.
And how long has my uncle been funding you and your comrades' endeavors?
Since the beginning. Lord Byron was the first person I turned to after forming the Guardians. And had I known of this tunnel back then, I wouldn't almost have been hanged by the city guard for trying to sneak over the wall.
I suppose a formal request for an audience would have appeared suspicious.
And appearances must be maintained. Were the Vice-Regency to catch wind of Lord Byron's involvement in our movement, they'd seize his estate and send him to the gallows, where he would be of no use to anyone. And so, though it sickens him to the soul, he plays the part of the loyal lord, knowing that one wrong move might prove his downfall. It is why he remains ever vigilant. Don't be surprised if he refuses you an audience, especially since you're famously dead.
Then I will have to think of a way to prove that I am neither wraith nor wrongdoer.
I might have something which could help with the latter. It's the mark of the Guardians. Display it, and those who love Rosaria will know where your loyalties lie.
Like, they're marks in this game, don't they? What's yours? Yeah.
I shall wear it with pride.
Be sure that you do. I don't want my men attacking you again. Unless you deserve it. If only Sir Tyler could have been here to see you. Or the Lord Commander.
Thank you, Sir Wade. If there is ever anything you need.
I know. Go on now, my lord.
Potato. Ooh.
How accommodating. Do you really think they believe we are who we say we are?
Not a chance. Right, I guess. My uncle believes we're imposters here to rob him. And means to string us up himself.
Imagine my surprise when I was told my nephew had come to visit. Clive Rossfield died long ago. And for uttering his name here, you shall pay with your tongue! You would mock me as well?
It is I, Sir Crandall of Camelot, loyal servant to Her Serene Holiness, Saint Sybil the Unshod. Meadow, thou vile sorcerer, for thy crimes against church and crown, I shall have thy head.
It's like a plane they must like or something.
Curse thee, infectious flax wench. Even in death, must thou plague me still? Very well. I shall open the gates of hell, that thou might see thy charge once more.
Bravo, Uncle. You're still the finest Meadow in the twins.
Oh, Clive, my dear boy, it's really you. You always were fond of that scene from The Saint in the Sanctuary. Never did let me play Sir Crandall.
I have a favor to ask, Uncle Byron.
Rutherford, inform the kitchens. There'll be guests. We dine immediately.
But, Uncle...
You can't very well regale me with the tale of your miraculous preservation on an empty stomach. Go on, sit.
Might want to pick up that axe.
See that you use the good plates, Rutherford. So you arrived late to one of her cullings, did you? Since becoming Vicereine, Annabella has been a constant thorn in Rosaria's side, but these atrocities are a new low. Something has changed. Quite what, I don't know, but the woman we knew is gone, and a monster sits in her place.
She was always a friggin' monster.
For better or worse, I've been charged with governing this town, and thus must maintain the illusion of obedience. That's all I can do to aid Wade and his merry band of revolutionaries.
So he's told us. You have risked much for Rosaria. Our nation will be forever in your debt.
has been 20 years, Clive. The nation your father and your forefathers fought to defend is no more. Perhaps it would be otherwise had I the courage of my brother. All right, if it's a ship you require, a ship you shall have. I've a galley in port, but recently relieved of her cargo. She can be outfitted for the voyage in a matter of weeks.
So you believe us, then? About everything?
Believe you? Ha! Only a fool would believe even half of the things you claim. But until tonight, only a fool would have believed my nephew still lived. And besides, I have it on good authority that Clive is telling the truth.
Whose authority?
On your own, of course. You've always been a terrible liar.
Is that true?
It's not untrue.
Let's say no more about it, eh? It wouldn't do to linger on my nephew's greatest failing.
I like using the theme in this one.
The one thing I cannot believe, though, is all this about you being Sid. You were always such a good boy, but now you're quite the outlaw. Which, if I'm not mistaken, would make me an outlaw's uncle. Right then, who shall we pillage first? Rutherford, fetch me my cutlass.
That big old axe.
This will be fun.
In fact, she's going to get involved in the fight, huh? She's been very somber.
Over there. Go on.
She's a fine ship, isn't she?
Once outfitted, she'll bear us across the boiling sea to Drustinus in the space of 3 days.
Something on your mind?
Monsters. When I served the Iron Kingdom, I did so because I saw no other choice. Because once they learned that the lash would not move me, they turned it on those who could. And so I became their puppet. I let them pull my strings, telling myself it was not my hand that swung the sword, but another's. I removed myself from the truth so I wouldn't feel the pain it caused. And before I knew it, I no longer felt anything. Anything at all. I had become a monster.
Jill.
I don't want to be a monster, Clive. Do you understand? I want to choose a different path, a better path. To live on my own terms. But before I can do that, I need to come to terms with my past.
And when you do, I'll be standing there with you, just as you stood with me.
Thank you, Clive. I must atone for my sins. Only then, when it's done, will the monster cease to be.
Just promise me that you won't die with it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let's get some sleep. The journey back to Benamir is long, and there is much to tell the others.
Yeah, you're not allowed to go anywhere.
Only the Founder knows what awaits us in the Iron Kingdom. But Vivian could probably make an educated guess. I didn't take you for a scholar, Ivan.
Oh, this? Well, it's Valisthea, a culinary pilgrimage. I borrowed it from old tomes. Seems there's no creature in the realm so foul it can't be cooked up into something delicious.
Think I'll stick to the unfoul ones, thanks.
Oh, where's your sense of adventure, Sid? Honestly, one glance at these recipes, and even you would trade in your sword for a butcher's cleaver. From spit roasts to sweetmeats, this book has them all. What I wouldn't give to bring these recipes to life.
If it's my blessing you're hoping for, then by all means.
Well, I'm no hunter, Sid. The first tunnel worm I came across would be the death of me. But you're made of sterner stuff. Would you help me resurrect one of these recipes?
Something tells me you won't be taking no for an answer. Fine, I'll help.
Fantastic! Thank you.
So, dare I ask what's on the menu?
Chance's Stew. It was once a favourite among the gourmands of Oriflamme, if the author is to be believed. Though Molly's never heard of it. The only problem is that while the recipe is extremely detailed in most respects, it's infuriatingly cryptic as to the main ingredient. A beast, no doubt. Most likely something that would make easy work of a simple cook with more broth than brawn, but unwanted violets. I've no idea what they might be.
Does the book say anything else?
Well, only that the sweetest violets sprout atop the bed of roses.
Roses. Rosaria, perhaps? One of the butchers in Martha's Rest might know something. I'll ask next time I'm there.
A little bit long-winded just to be able to accept the quest. Yeah.
Deadlands wouldn't be half as bad.
So what's new? All the fruits. That's not the way. It's quite in the Dominion. Good. Not too sure if there's anything to be gained other than just a little bit of insightful reading. But I check everything off just to make sure that just in case, then yeah. If it's like a collection or something or other, something that will give you a reward is what I mean to say.
How did we never
There are
hear
new
of
billets being posted every day.
Clive! Oh, am I glad to see you?
Is something wrong?
It's Blackthorn. He ain't himself. And if I'm honest, he ain't been for a while. That normally it only takes a couple of drinks to perk him back up, but not this time. Something's getting him down. And whatever it is, he ain't telling. It's like he's lost his spark, you know? He's barely got enough fire in his belly to get the ump about stuff. But I'm thinking he might if we both bent his ear, because he respects you, innit? So, what you say?
Fine. If you think it will help.
I knew you'd understand.
But if he doesn't want to talk, we let him be. He'll open up when he's ready.
All right. Now, he'll only smell a rat if we both turn up at once. So, I'll go first, and you can meet us at the forge. Wait a bit, then head over when you're ready.
He's got nothing new.
Oh,
Desiree.
I wasn't expecting you back so soon. Come to claim your just desserts?
Yes.
Here you are.
Busy Cortez.
Best of luck out there, Sid.
You feel a bit wasted that this is all you're here for.
Back again, Lord Rosfield. I'm touched that you should find me such good company.
It is not your company, but your counsel that I seek on this occasion.
Ever the charmer.
Mm.
What will it be today, then?
The Iron Kingdom. I need to know what to expect.
You'll soon be setting sail for Drake's Breath, then, I take it. The mother crystal that rises from the boiling sea. There was a time when a true-blooded Rosarian had only to brave the waves to visit it. But then the Ironblood made their move. As you know, the Iron Kingdom rules over the islands to the west of Storm. Or rather, its church does. But this is not the pragmatic approach to state religion employed by the Holy Empire to manipulate the masses. No, the Iron Kingdom is the literal embodiment of the crystalline orthodoxy. And so, if one is to understand it, one must start there. As the name implies, the orthodoxy holds the Mother Crystals sacred, and they do not take kindly to heathens plundering the objects of their worship for the means to fill washtubs and light lamps with frivolous feats of magic. Indeed, the faithful consider ether a sinful thing, a poison no less. And to them, a dominant is an instrument of evil, albeit one they have proven only too happy to turn against their enemies. Some 80 years ago in Northern Storm, Drake's eye collapsed. Soon after, in pursuit of ether and with the blight at their backs, the Northern Territories descended upon the Grand Duchy of Rosaria. And when the Shields of the Flame marched north to meet them, the Iron Kingdom spied an opportunity. A few short days later, the Crusaders landed on the island of Mount Justanus, home of Drake's Breath, and plucked it from the Duchy's grasp. Rosaria tried to reclaim it, of course, but to no avail. I doubt more than a handful of Duchy men have set foot on its shores in your lifetime. Nor are they like to again, under the Empire's stewardship, meaning the Iron Blood will keep their island. And with it, the foothold they need to march on mainland soil when next they spy an opportunity. The Mother Crystal is both the object of the Iron Blood's worship and their gateway to the continent, making Drustinus the holiest of holy grounds. from which the Orthodox Crusade shall one day sail forth to claim the remaining Mother Crystals, or die trying.
My father and my grandfather both traded blows with the Iron Blood for control of Drek's breath. Had things unfolded differently at Phoenix Gate, we would have sent our entire fleet against them.
But instead, they sent their fleet against Rosaria, sacked the capital, killed the men, and captured the women, including Jill. I'd say you'd be forgiven for wanting a little revenge, Clive.
My only aim is to destroy the Mother Crystal. But thank you all the same. Not much else to do here. Let's see if Jill's ready.
Here for another of my lectures. What is it that you wish to learn? Of course. One must understand one's place in the world.
Alright, let's get this quest underway.
Typical nobles. I could have sworn. That monster's taken quite a liking to me.
Let's be talking about Torval.
First August, and now you. What you pair up to? What's it got to do with me?
August was worried that something had been weighing on your mind. I thought you might want to talk about it.
Did you now? I told you not to stick your nose in my business. What'd you go and do?
Clive just wants to help, innit? What's so bad about that? Talk to him. You never know, you might feel better for getting it all out in the open. Please, mate. I'm worried about you.
Phil shut you up. It's nothing really. Stupid. Not the sort of thing you bother people about.
Why don't you tell us all the same?
Karen and I have an arrangement. I keep an eye on Goots, and she shows me what the competition's up to. Interesting arms and armor, things like that. Anyway, the other day, she shows me a cuirass she's come by. Masterpiece of level work. Light, supple, and tougher than it had any right to be. Made my stuff look like every clumsy shit. I should have brought the bastard thing there and then just to study it, but I was too proud. Now, every time I reach for my hammer, I'm reminded that I'm not the craftsman I thought I was. There. You happy? You got what you came for. Now piss off.
All right. We're going.
I bet you get something good out of this.
I always thought of old Blackthorn as a bit of a force of nature. Like a storm cloud full of ale. Didn't think anything could rattle him. Least of all a stupid piece of leather.
Blackthorn's always taken pride in his craft. Questioning it means questioning himself. Something tells me this is only going to get worse. If he has doubts, it will affect his work, which will only add to his problems. We need to nip this in the bud.
I couldn't agree more.
He said he should have bought that cuirass. Perhaps we should track it down for him. Assuming you're happy to help, that is.
Too bloody right I am.
Glad to hear it. First things first, then. We need to speak to Karen.
Here we go.
That monster's taken quite a liking to me.
What is in here?
And he'd take a liking to you too if you gave him as many nuts as Nan does.
Karen, do you have a moment? Blackthorn mentioned that you'd recently come by a leather cuirass. An exquisite example of the craft, from what he told us.
And he ain't been himself since he saw it. So we thought we'd buy it for him.
Sorry, sold it already. Didn't think Blackthorn cared for it the way he turned his nose up. But it was nicely put together, that's for certain. even if the bloke who made it is a bit of an odd one. Happened across him on my travels. Makes all his stuff to order, but the fella who commissioned it refused to pay. He didn't like the colour of summit, so I took it off his hands for a fair price.
You don't know where we might find him, do you?
Like I said, he's a bit of an odd one. Doesn't even have a workshop. He don't trust hunters neither, which means he spends as much time out tracking beasties as he does working their hides.
I see.
He did tell me something, though. Apparently, his next commission's for a set of griffin hide greaves.
Here, there's a griffin on the hunt board. The curse breakers were placing bets on who'd bag it. Now, where the bleeding hell was it sighted? Somewhere in Sambrec, maybe... Care Northern, that was it.
Thank you,
I
Karen.
go to both of those places.
We'd be lost without you.
At least you admit it.
So, it sounds like going after that griffin might be the best chance we have of finding our roaming leather worker.
I'll leave the hunting to you if you don't mind. While you get on with that, I'll ask around the markets. See if I can't sniff out who he is and where he's hiding.
Good idea. Hopefully one of us will be able to track him down.
Headlands wouldn't be half.
This way.
Typical nobles.
River sightings. Godsmere. Care Northern, Westgate, Sandbrook. I bet he's not gonna like lightning. Oh my god. What do you want us to do then? No, I'm just gonna go there. Okay, no one Westgate Sandbrook. Are you going the right way?
It will be over
Then
soon.
I'll have a companion with me.
You ready?
I think so.
Jill. When you told me you had to come to terms with your past, you weren't talking about destroying Drake's breath, were you?
No. I spoke of Imran, the leader of the Crystalline Orthodox. The man who made me do all those unspeakable things.
Look at that.
I'm going to kill him. It's what I need to do to put the past behind me. What I need to move forward. And I know that I can do it. If you're there beside me.
Always.
And I'll be beside you, too. We'll bring down the Mother Crystal together. All while Sid looks on.
We'll make him proud.
Okay, everything's opened up. Good. here, isn't it? West. Yep, lost me. I think. Ah. Right, must be there. Northwich. So northwest, yeah, technically.
Welcome.
You don't cost a lot.
You've a keen eye. I do like a customer who knows what he wants.
Oh, elixir.
An excellent choice. I do like a customer who knows what he wants.
Shit, I didn't realise how expensive it was. I
Come
just
back
went for
again.
it.
Keep them pilchards nice and chilled.
Look at this place. We spend half a day.
It'd be good if we actually had a compass.
Come on.
Yeah!
It's still outriding me. Good lord. I doubt it's going to be in here. It's too enclosed to space. Unless there's a clearing. Trees are smashed down. Dragon. Kind of.
We're not alone.
Back to the stables, girl.
Why? Ah, bugger.
Ready, go? Run like the wind.
Let's say, why don't we get the typical music with it? Actual chocobo thing. Is this the way? Maybe so. Let's be a bit more suited if a griffin was here. Don't think it is. Ah. Fine. We might as well be at Martha's Rest.
Thank you for sticking with us.
I did not realise what the time was all of a sudden. So after I grab this, I better call it.
Times may be
I'll
hard,
make these
but if
2
you
VODs
got to
into
get,
one
I
for you
got
all.
the goods. What can I do you for?
Unwanted violets, if you have them.
So yeah, apologies.
Though
This
I'd
part was a
gladly
bit
settle
short,
for
but
learning what they are if you don't.
yeah, trusting it to cut out during the stream.
Boy, I haven't heard folk call them that since I was a lad. You're looking for scorpion tails. Unwanted violets is what folk used to call them back in the day. Used to chuck them in the pot when they weren't, and even if they were.
Do the scorpions still live nearby?
I dare say they do.
Thank you.
We just saved ourselves a lot of time there. And yeah, it's starting to get daylight out here. But right, to anyone that watched both of these VODs, I really do appreciate that. And of course, as ever, to the 2 new subs I've had of YouTube, and again, the follows on TikTok and also Instagram. Yeah, it's not been too bad. Light as it has been, it's not been too bad. But yeah, I appreciate that. So tomorrow may be giving it a miss. It depends. Otherwise, Monday night. We'll continue on then. But yeah, once again, thank you for everything on the socials and whatnot. I'll try and keep up with that. Falling off a little bit. I've been working on a long form edit for Wolong Boss Compilation. That's been easier said than done. That's taken time, but again, trying to continue on the narrative throughout the whole piece to see if it will actually work. But anyway, enough waffling from me. I will catch you more so on Monday. And until then, my devils, stay handsome.